The 1980s were a time of rapid technological advancement, bold fashion, and a unique vision of the future that still influences us today. From movies and music to fashion and technology, the 80s had a distinct perspective on what the future would look like. So I was scrolling on TikTok, as one does, and I came across a video of this girl who was talking about how she's nostalgic for the 80s utopian view of futurism that's never existed and will never come to exist. And that's what inspired me to make this video today. Hello, I'm the Fashion Thief, and I like to talk about fashion and things that interest me. And today we're going to talk about 80s futurism. So in this video, we're going to explore key elements of 80s futurism, including its depiction in films, music, fashion, and technology. We'll see how these elements combined create a unique vision of the future that was both optimistic and dystopian. Let's start with film. The 80s were a golden age for science fiction cinema, offering a mix of groundbreaking special effects and imaginative storytelling. Movies like Blade Runner and Tron showcased a dark, neon-lit future, while movies like Back to the Future gave us a more whimsical and hopeful vision. Ridley Scott's Blade Runner depicted a dystopian future with advanced robotics and sprawling rain-soaked cityscapes. It wasn't just the story that captivated audiences, though. It was also the film's aesthetic, a blend of high-tech and low-life that came to define the cyberpunk genre. Tron took us inside a computer, presenting a digital world that was both strange and mesmerizing. Meanwhile, Back to the Future offered a lighter yet equally compelling vision of what the future could hold. These films didn't just entertain, but they also sparked our imagination about technology and its possibilities. Music in the 80s played a crucial role in shaping the era's futuristic vision. The rise of electronic music, driven by advancements in the synthesizer, created new sound that was unlike anything ever heard before. Bands like Kraftwerk, Depeche Mode, and artists like Jean-Michel Jarre and Vangelis pioneered this genre. Kraftwerk, often considered the godfathers of electronic music, imagined a future dominated by machines. Their songs like The Robots and Computer World explored themes of automation and digital life. Vangelis, with his iconic score for Blade Runner, provided a hauntingly beautiful soundscape that perfectly captured the film's futuristic yet melancholic atmosphere. These electronic sounds weren't just a backdrop, they were an integral part of the 80s vision of the future. The synthesizer became a symbol of progress and innovation, embodying the era's technological optimism. Next, and this is my favorite part, let's talk about the fashion. 80s fashion was bold, extravagant, and often inspired by futuristic themes. Designers like Terry Mugler and Issey Miyake experimented with new materials and forms, creating looks that seemed to come from another world. Metallic fabrics, angular designs, and asymmetrical cuts were just a few of the elements that defined this futuristic style. The influence of sci-fi films and the budding tech scene was evident in their clothing, which often featured geometric shapes and a robotic aesthetic. Fashion in the 80s wasn't just about looking good, it was also about making a statement and imagining a bold new world. Technology in the 80s made a significant leap forward, laying the groundwork for many of the advancements we take for granted today. Personal computers, video game consoles, and the early days of the internet were all a part of this transformative era. Home computers like the Apple II and Commodore 64 brought computing power into households, changing the way people worked and played. Video game consoles from the Atari 2600 to the Nintendo Entertainment System opened new worlds of interactive entertainment. The mobile phone, albeit bulky by today's standards, began to hint at the future of communication. These technologies not only revolutionized their respective fields, but also fueled the 80s imagination of what the future could be. It was a time when anything seemed possible and the skies were the limit. So yeah, that's mainly all the points that I wanted to touch on there. But I want to hear you guys down in the comments below. Today, we see the 80s influence in resurgence, with synthwave music, which blends nostalgic sounds with futuristic themes. Fashion designers also continue to draw inspiration from bold and futuristic styles from the 80s as well. And as well, I think in technology too, you know, everyone is trying to go for that sleek and minimalistic design and make it look very futuristic, Just imagine like a smart home, for example. You got the automated fridge, you got the automated lights, you got your Google, you got your Siri, stuff like that. But yeah, I want to hear you guys down in the comments below. Answer this question if you've watched this far. What was the legacy of 80s futurism? In my opinion, I think the decade's vision of the future, has such an impact on our culture today, especially in aesthetics and ideas. I think a lot of people, really want to move towards that future, mainly in the optimistic sense. People want to get along with robots, but we're also scared about, AI and stuff like that. For the main part, I think a lot of people want to, indulge in that futuristic aesthetic. They like cyberpunk, they like, I don't know if like TikTok funk music. Obviously, it's not from TikTok, but it's a very popular genre on TikTok as well right now for anime editors. If you know. But yeah, I think in that sense, also the lifestyle. I feel like the lifestyle, even the way movies depict it, I think a lot of people want to live that kind of lifestyle. Whether it's the high-end life and everything's white and silver and automated, like I said about the houses, and kind of like the Jetsons, for example, or even like in a future, like in the show Arcane, where there's a lot of people who live in the underground. I'm so sorry, I forgot what the place is called, but a lot of people who lived in the poorer areas, like even that lifestyle kind of looks fun and enticing. People want to live out that movie kind of lifestyle. But yeah, the 1980s were a time of bold imagination and rapid change. Its vision of the future, a blend of optimism and caution, continues to resonate with us. Thank you for joining me and talking about 80s futurism. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you made it this far, please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe if you want. I'm gonna post every Sunday and Wednesday, so yeah, I hope I can stick to that schedule. But yes, thank you so much for watching the video again. I'm the Fashion Thief, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!